So that's wireless telegraphy, is it?
Invented by the great Marconi.
Do you know who he stole the idea from?
Who cares who invented the wretched thing? Let's listen to what the living are doing.
Plotting to steal our cemetery. That's what they're doing.
Here, look at this one.
Well,
It's from 1916. They're all going off to war.
which one?
The first one, you idiot. World War One.
They all died. All of them. Weeks after the picture was taken.
Except for Atkins Tea.
There weren't many people at Tommy Atkins' funeral. Apart from the nurse from Sunshine Acres and a man in a blazer from the British Legion, there was only the vicar. He did his best, but he'd never met Tommy Atkins, so he had to put together his sermon out of a kit of proper things to say. Why are you here?
It's allowed. We used to go to all the funerals in the cemetery. Make them welcome, help them settle in. It's always a bit of a shock.
And seeing that you were here, we thought that we'd try and make it. Mr. Vicente said it was a good idea, and we're getting better at it, aren't we? Oh, yes.
Yes, lad. The lady from the home said that you were doing a project for school.
Oh, yes. Can I ask you some stuff?
Of course, yes.
Tommy Atkins, why was he so proud of his name?
Well, you see, Thomas Atkins was the name used on documents in the British Army to guide soldiers where to put their own names on their pay books and things. So it became a nickname for the average soldier, the British Tommy.
So was he the last man alive who fought in the war?
Oh, no, good heavens, no. But he was the last one from around here. The last of the pals.
Going back to France.
Yes. How did you know? We're taking the ashes back this week. He gave us a map reference, right where the others are.
Tommy Atkins medals, were they for anything special?
They were campaign medals. Soldiers got them really for just staying alive and for being there.
Getting medals for being there is right. Sometimes being there is all you can do.
They will start taking us out the day after tomorrow.
If only I could make people see that
Maybe. But making people see anything is a long, hard job.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I wish there was something I could do.
You may have done it already.
If I ask you what you mean, you'll say it's hard to explain, right?
I think so. Come. You might enjoy this.
What are they doing?
They are trying to make it work.
They'll never.
They're beginning to get the result, yes?
Eureka! Another successful marriage of advanced theoretics and practical know-how, Mr. Einstein.
It's the ghost of the television.
What a clever boy.
But with improvements.
If we present the United Front, there shouldn't be any trouble at all. I'll see you at the meeting then. And for heaven's sake, get a grip. We can't let busybodies question everything we do. And we can't let people stop us from doing something that will benefit the whole community. I mean, it's just not... It's not democratic.
Look, everyone, we have something. Come and look.
Hey, could you do anything with that car?
I shall see to it directly. The internal combustion engine could certainly do with some improvements.
How astonishing. Miniature cinematography.
Can you get some politics?
Oh, no, the dancing is lovely.
Get Harry Potter.
Trouble because of this. This is disobedience, meddling with the physical. And it will be your fault, John Maxwell. You're getting them excited. I mean, is this any way for the dead to behave?
Mr. Grimm, who are you?
None of your business.
Well, I didn't mean to...
No good will come of it.
Oh, look.
My mum says there's going to be a big meeting about it tonight in the Civic Centre with television and everything.
It won't do any good. It's been going on for ages. There's been all sorts of inquiries and stuff. It's too late.
Well, I'm going to go along tonight, and you ought to come too.
It won't do any good.
Yes, it will.
I must say, I thought Australia would be different to that. More kangaroos. Less young women in unsuitable clothing.
I'm very happy with the young ladies.
Mr. Stick us a shame, you're dead.
But I have a very good memory, Mrs. Liberty.
Look, the place has still been sold up. I know you're sort of wound up about it, but it's all over.
But going along will still do some good. There won't be any freak wins. I don't know. Shouldn't think so. They're all watching television.
The dead are watching television.
Excuse me, would you mind not standing in front of the screen? You make the picture go all blurred.
I'm sorry.
Oh, is it over?
Oh, well, the man on the television said that there would be a performance at the same time tomorrow.
Oh.
We must be sure not to miss it.
It is getting dark. Time we were getting back. If we want to go, that is.
Well, I'm blowed if I'm going back in there.
Thomas Bowler.
Well, if a man can't swear when he's dead, it's a poor lookout. Blowed, blowed, blowed and damn. There's radio and television, all sorts. Things going on. I don't see why we should go back in there. It's dull. No way.
No way.
That's Australian for certainly not.
Hey, Yolis, I asked my mum about building things in old graveyards, and she said that you have to get a vicar in to desecrate the site first. That should be worth seeing.
It's deconsecrate. Desecrate is all to do with sacrificing goats and things.
I don't suppose there's any chance
None.
Staying where you're put is proper.
Oh, hello, Eric.
Will you listen to what you're saying? It's over. At your age, you're dead. You know what will happen if you leave. You know what will happen if you're too long away. The day of judgment. It could be any day. You have to be ready.
Well, I've been waiting for it for 80 years. If it happens tonight, it happens. I'm going to have a look around. Anybody else coming?
Yeah, me. Up the revolution!
There were one or two of my teachers in the audience. That was amazing. You never really thought of them doing anything after school. And I recognised one or two people I'd seen in the cemetery walking their dogs. They looked out of place. And there were a couple of people from United Amalgamated Holdings and the chair of Blackberry Council. They didn't look out of place.
You'll get lost. Something will go wrong, you know, and you'll be wandering around forever.
There's a world out there, and we help to make it. And I want to see what it's like now. I'm going to check out my old halls.
Check out.
Have a look around.
Oh, well, if you insist on going, then you'll need someone with some sense to accompany you.
Besides, if we stick together, no one will forget who they are, and we will all go further.
Come on, Solly.
Right, mate.
We do, of course, recognise the value of history. And we have no wish to disregard any genuine anxieties. But progress is the key, and progress must be our main objective. I'm sure that
Words poured out. I could feel them filling up the hall. And afterwards, the day after tomorrow, the cemetery would be shut, no matter what anyone said.
I'd like to echo the sentiments of our esteemed chairwoman and assure the good people of Blackberry that we at United Amalgamated hold public opinion very highly, and we have absolutely no intention of bypassing the full consultative process.
Perhaps we could visit that nice little pub in Cable Street.
You wouldn't get a drink, Solly. They don't serve spirits.
Oh, Mr. Fletcher, it's the way you tell them. Oh, but I used to like it so much in there. After a hard day stuffing foxes, it was so nice to relax of an evening.
Furthermore, the monuments in question are not even particularly fine examples of Edwardian funeral sculpture. And we have been assured by the relevant authorities
They had come here with things to say, even if they didn't know how to say them.
Inroads, but my colleagues at United Amalgamated and I feel that in keeping with our motto, forward to the future, we are taking the truly pragmatic view now.
The thing in life was to keep your head down and hope for the best.
I would like to confirm that it has been shown conclusively in our feasibility study that in order to put Blackberry into the future...
But if you did keep your head down, you'd drown in other people's words.
Wishes and needs of all the people of this wonderful town will be fully taken into account. United Amalgamated is on
Excuse me,
your
please.
side.
Extraordinary, Mr. Fletcher. The place looks just the same.
The place hasn't changed much, Mr. Anston.
Not at all. But oh, what a terrible noise this music is making.
Leave it to me, Mr. Einstein.
Oh? Ah. Tee-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra. Tee-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra. Just like the times of the old days. Oh, you hear something very interesting, Mr. F.
Chance to make some money, Mr. Reed.
What's this? Down the hatch, Mr. F.
Bottoms up, Mr. Einstein.
Beautiful.
Questions at the end, please.
Well, when is the end, please?
When we fully discuss the situation, then I will call for questions.
But I'll have to leave before the end. I have to be in bed by 10.
Let the lad ask his question.
He's doing a project.
Oh, well, all right then. What was it, young man?
The thing I want to know is there anything anybody can say tonight that's going to make any difference?
Well, I mean, that hardly seems an appropriate sort of question.
It seems damn good to me. Why doesn't the man from United Amalgamated Holdings answer the boy? Just a simple answer would do.
Well, we shall, of course, take all views very deeply into consideration.
But you've already put a sign up saying you're going to build on the cemetery. Only I don't think anyone really wants a cemetery to be built on. So you'll take the sign down, will you?
Well, we have, in fact, bought the...
You paid 5p. I'll give you £1.
Where shall we sit?
Let us investigate the source, Mr. Einstein.
Yes, it could be of great scientific interest, Mr. Fletcher.
I can hear him speak. My goodness. Oh, do please sit down. I can't see the pictures.
Yeah. Look at that.
What?
I think it's
What is it?
popcorn.
I can't hear the
Oh, this is good.
What do you do with it? We'll take the question from the other young man. No, not you. The
black one. Why did the council sell the cemetery in the first place?
I think we really have fully covered that question. I mean, the cost of upkeep...
But I don't see how there's much upkeep in a cemetery. Sending someone in once or twice a year to cut the brambles down doesn't sound like much of a cost to me.
We'd do it for nothing.
Would we?
An amazing invention, Mr. Einstein.
Very interesting, Mr. Fletcher.
Elm Street. Elm Street. Wasn't there an Elm Street down by Beach Lane?
Yes, but I don't think it was this one. I can't remember that sort of thing going on.
Freddy, now that's a nice in there.
Yes. But that's not very nice.
Are you all right, Mr. Einstein?
A little mishap, Mr. Fletcher. Oh, thank God there is no blood to come out from my finger. What is happening here?
What's happened?
Why has it all gone
What
black?
is happening?
What?
Here, where are you?
Boo! Please,
Fletcher! Turn it back on!
give us back the film.
Come on.
Give us back the film.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, please,
It's no good, is it? Come on, Sylvia,
Come on,
let's
you
get
don't know
out
what
of
this
here.
is going to happen.
The fact, young man, as I have explained time and time again, is that it is simply too expensive to maintain a cemetery.
No, it isn't simply too expensive.
How dare you interrupt me?
It says in your papers here that the cemetery makes a loss. How can a cemetery make a loss? It isn't like a business or something. It just is.
A democratically elected council has made the decision.
Whew, well, that was an education.
Some of those tricks must have been done with mirrors, if you want my opinion.
What shall we do now?
Well, we ought to be getting back.
Back where?
Well, back to the cemetery, of course.
Sylvia, the night is young, and I'm no longer fat and out of breath.
Oh, I wish this night would go on forever. Now look here, young man, I've just about had enough of this wretched nonsense.
But I've had a good look round the cemetery. It doesn't matter that no one in there was really famous. They were famous here. They lived and got on with their lives, and died. They were people. They are people. It's wrong to think that the past is something that's just gone. It's still there. It's just that you've gone past. If you drive through a town, it's still there in the rearview mirror. Time is a road, but it doesn't roll up behind you. Things aren't over just because they're past. Do you see that?
Oh.
Sylvia, shall we dance? You know, I just want to get out there and enjoy life. I never enjoyed it much when I was alive.
Thomas Bowler, that's no way for a respectable man to talk.
Thomas Bowler. I never really liked being Thomas Bowler.
I'm not leaving, Mr. Vicente. I've just started enjoying myself.
See, anyway, you're a long time dead. That's what I always say.
And if we forget about them, then we're just a lot of people living in buildings. We need them to tell us who we are. They built this town.
Nevertheless, we have to deal with the present day. The dead are no longer here, and they do not have a vote.
You're wrong. They are here and they do have a vote. I've been working it out in my head. It's called tradition. And they outvote us because there's more of them.
Good day, Mr. Einstein.
Let's go, Mr. Fletcher.
The boy is right. Too much has been taken away. You dug up the high street. It had a lot of small shops. People lived there. Now it's all walkways and plastic signs, and people are afraid of it at night. Afraid of the town where they live. I'd be ashamed of that if I was you.
The plain fact is, we have to build for the future.
I'm very glad to hear you say that, Madam Chairman, because I'm sure you'll agree that the most successful buildings have very deep foundations. Could I persuade you to be open to old ideas?
Of course, we have arrived. Of all the forces in the universe, the hardest to overcome is the force of habit. Gravity is easy peasy by comparison.
When did you think of that?
It came to me when I was working on a particularly large trout.
Really?
I feel I have no alternative but to close the meeting. This was supposed to be an informative occasion.
I think it has been.
But you can't close the meeting.
Indeed, I can.
You can't, because this is a public hall. We're all public and no one's done anything wrong.
Then we shall leave, and there will simply be no point to the meeting.